Kilmar Abrego Garcia is a man from El Salvador who was granted relief by an immigration judge about 6 years ago. He was granted what's called withholding of removal, which has a higher standard than asylum but less benefits. In order to be granted withholding of removal, he had to show that it was more likely than not that he would be persecuted if returned to his home country. More likely than not is often interpreted to mean that there's a more than 50% chance that you would be persecuted. A few weeks ago, the US government sent about 239 individuals to El Salvador to be imprisoned in violation of a court order, and we thought that they were all Venezuelans, and it turned out they were not. Abrego Garcia, who's from El Salvador, was actually on that flight. He wasn't in ICE custody, though. He was picked up by ICE off the street while he was with his 5-year-old kid, detained, and then put on that flight. And it turns out it was in error. The US government made a mistake. They admit that he did have withholding of removal, but due to an administrative error, he was deported to the country from which he was granted relief. To make matters worse, they refused to bring him back. They say that now that he's out of the US, the district court doesn't have jurisdiction over him. And also, they don't want to negotiate with El Salvador because they don't want to hurt their relationship with a country that is their ally.